So as I told you, for everything in cloud, right? For everything, for example, consider this is your Azure account, right? So Azure is having different regions, right? They have Australia, they have India, they have for example US, they have different data centers. So there we can connect as a user. Okay, we can use the features like we can create a server and we can create a storage, right? And we can upload our data and we can create our servers in different data centers, right? So we can do that, right? So based on the using these services and using the account. Okay, so the account will be provided by Azure. That will be 12 months. That 12 months, that is 1 year account, and you can say that is free account. Okay, so in that also not all the services are free. Okay, 40 plus services are free, and they are providing 200 credits, 200 credits dollars. So you can use it for first initial 30 days. After that it will be lapsed. Okay, it will be lapsed this $200. And yes, similar. So if you want to send out any email, what you will do, you will create a Gmail account, right? YouTube account. So if you want to use different features of the cloud, we can use the cloud. Okay, so let's understand Azure. So everything they are providing services in the name of services. We can call it as futures, right? And and so for this, for using this 12 service, the 12-month services, free services or futures, we need to create an account. We need to create an account. So for that, how we can create? So similar, you can go to portal.azure.com. So I already connected, that's why directly connected. Okay, let's open with incognito window. I will show you how to create a Azure account, right, which is mandatory for doing your practice, right? So let's use portal.azure.com. Just note down the steps when I'm doing. So if you want to log in, you can provide the email address and the password. Okay, if you're not having an account, you can click on create one and provide any email address here. For example, I will provide one. Okay, and you can click on next and you can create a password. Okay, the first step, we provided the email address, right? The second step, you can provide the password. Click on next, right? And you will receive a code. The code for your account, you have to provide confirm 9038. Okay, so you can provide the code here and you can click on next.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to try, you can try along with me. To identical. Yeah. Yeah. Two identical ones. All right. So you can see the account like this, and if you want to
Yeah.
uh, yeah, if you want to see the tour, like how we can use different options, okay, you can go for the start tour option. Okay, they will name that this is a resource. If you want to create any resource, you can use this option. So there are different options, and here you can find out your email address and your account details, okay, at the extreme right. And just click on next. This is your home, where you can see commonly used tasks, commonly used services, the dashboard. So as I told you, so in Azure or in AWS or any cloud, okay, we are naming the future as service. Okay, so you can click on services. Okay, so you have the different services, compute service, networking service. If you want to create any drive, how we have Google Drive, we are uploading the data. Similarly, there is Azure storage as well. We'll see in our classes how to create a storage account and how to upload the types of storages and the networking. We have how to create a customized network and how to get a customized IP address to our server. Okay, for this server, for example, if you want 192.168.20.16, for example, okay, and the storage and the databases, right? And the analytics. If you are coming from analytical or like monitoring related, okay. If you are coming from AI, you can have different services. Okay, for example, translators, update AI services, speech services. These are related to AI, artificial intelligence. If you are coming from Internet of Things, you can use this. Right, if you are coming from DevOps, we have DevOps starter, Dev Test Labs, Azure Dev Organizations, Dev Test Labs, right? Different services. And we have migration. If you want to migrate, right now the migrations are going on, like migrating from one data center to another data center. Okay. So based on this migration, we are dividing clouds into three types. Yeah, differentiating clouds are three types. Okay, One is public cloud. That means used by everyone. So AWS, Azure, right? And GCP. These are comes into public cloud because public is using. Okay. And we have private cloud. Private cloud is nothing but consider few companies having their own data centers. Okay. So they no need to go to this AWS and Azure or GCP. For example, Oracle, they have their own data center. IBM, they have their own data center. In that they can create the servers like this. They can create the storage services like this. They can create some load balancers. Okay. So they no need to go for this kind of private cloud. So we can say open cloud, right? And we have another type, the final type, that is hybrid cloud. Where this will come, this hybrid will comes to the picture. So for example, any third level company, they have their own data center. For example, this entire data center resources are full. Okay, what they will do, they will approach the AWS or Azure or GCP. So they will do some integration between they will use some of the services, the some snowball, any of kind of services to integrate on premises and AWS. So we can say this one own cloud, we can call it as on premises, and this can be a public cloud called Azure. This combination we can call it as hybrid. This is public plus private. Okay. And coming to the services also are three types. Okay, based on the uses, each cloud, AWS, Azure, GCP, right? Each cloud differentiated the services into three types. One is infrastructure, infrastructure as a code, okay, infrastructure as a service, software as a service, and we have this platform as a service, right? So they are basically three types of services: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. So fine, we can understand first infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service means we can create an infrastructure. We can create a infrastructure. Can say this is Azure data center. So in this Azure data center, okay, we can create the servers. We can create the servers. So infrastructure. We can create the storages, that is infrastructure. So for example, server with 8 GB RAM. Okay. And the server with 1 TB hard disk. That is right. So you are getting the infrastructure. For example, storage with 500 GB space, right? So you are getting the infrastructure. So you can create an infrastructure. And coming to software as a service. So consider this server. In this server, I want the Java by default. So I don't want to go and install the software. I want the Java software by default. So I want Windows 2016 by default or Linux by default. So you're getting software also as one of the service they're providing. Azure is providing as a service. And coming to platform as a service. As I told you, the developers, testers, everyone working on the platforms. For example, he's a tester, for example. So he's a developer. He need a server with Java, okay, for his practice, for his development, right? So as a DevOps engineer, okay, we can create it. Otherwise, Azure also providing some and services. Okay, like they are providing this platform as a service. So you are getting the ready-made platform. Okay, you can have a app service. You can see app services. Fine, but here we are accessing the services. But how? You need to provide something, right? You need to provide some debit card or credit card details to access the different services. How we have Play Store, right? So there we are subscribing. Or for example, Hotstar, we are subscribing, right? Similarly, if you want to use the services in Azure, also there are some subscriptions. Okay, so currently there are no subscriptions. Okay, you can click on add. There are two types of subscriptions. One is try Azure for free, pay as you go price. So as I told you, for first 30 days, you can use as for free, and after that pay as you go price. So here pay as you go pricing means how much you use, that much you need to pay. How much you used, that much you need to pay for the uses. Okay, so every cloud is following the same policy, pay as you go price. For example, you created one server. Okay, for example, in my account I will create it now. You can go to home like this. So I will create one server. For that you can use virtual mission service. Okay, so I created one server using this virtual mission service. Pay as you go pricing is nothing but if you're not using this server, you stopped it, then you no need to pay the amount to the Azure. So how much you used, that much you need to pay. If you are not using, no need to pay the money to Azure. Okay. So coming to this free trial, 30 days free, you can click on try Azure for free. Right? So here they will ask you some personal details and the credit card or debit card information. So and also I will give some assignment today, right, guys? So what you will do, I will provide some software names. Please download it, GitHub, Notepad++. Okay, and we have this. Yes, WinSCP. Okay, so why I'm sharing this Notepad++? This will be I'm currently using for opening multiple files at a time. Okay, for opening multiple files at a time, you can use this Notepad++. And coming to GitHub, Git Bash, which is a software for connecting or using for GitHub code. Okay, for managing, and install Putty, so which is useful for connecting to remote servers. And we have WinSCP. So WinSCP is for copying data. For example, this is your local computer, you have some files, right? So I want to copy these files from this server to Azure cloud server, for example this server. Okay, so you can copy it, you can use WinSCP software. I will tell you how to install each software using links. Okay, I will share some links. So coming to our I selected try Azure for free, and here I go to another section. Here you have to provide your details. Okay, name, middle name, and last name, employee, email address, phone number, and you will get a confirmation OTP to your mobile. Okay, how to confirm PAN card, it is optional. Address, city, state, and you can provide your card details and you can click on sign up. For example, provide the address, okay, and you can click on sign up. There you can they will ask for the credit card or debit card information. You can provide it. So for example, also,
Hello.
yeah, 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, once you provide all the details, just click on next.
Okay.
Okay, you can provide the credit card and debit card information here. Okay, you can provide your card holder name, card holder details. Okay, and you can click on sign up. So Azure will deduct 2 rupees from your account. Okay, nothing
Okay.
will be deducted. Okay, you can provide your details, credit card details, and you will get, as I told you, 40 plus services for free. Okay, and you will get 13,300, that is 200 credits for first 30 days. It is free. And everyone, please try to create an account. Okay, and you can, if you have any doubts, just ping me. We can discuss with management. Okay, the local management. So
Okay.
these first 30 days, 13,300 credits to free, and 40 plus services always free, and 12 months it is. So once it is done, how we can log in? Again, you can go to portal.azure.com, and for example, just sign out here. I will go to the portal.azure.com, and you can provide, it will be automatically there. Otherwise, you can go to other account. Here you can provide email address, provide the email address, and you can provide the password. Otherwise, you can ask for the, yes, Microsoft to send the OTP to your email address. So there are two ways: OTP login, otherwise the password login. You want to use, you can use OTP. Yes, I want to sign. So this is your account, right? So if you want to create any server, right, the first one, right? So you can use the virtual mission services, virtual missions, and yes, currently there is no free trial because it's activated. So you can try as I showed you some steps, right? So you can you can use these options. You have to provide your credit card or debit card, same options. Okay, just follow this, and once you have provided your credit card or debit card, they will take some 30 minutes to activate your account, and then you can go to your Azure account, right? And you can identify the service called virtual missions. Here you can find out the service called virtual missions, and you can go there and you can have the option called virtual mission create. Here you can see different options. Azure virtual mission, which is used to create a virtual mission, and this is for some preset configuration if you want to change some configuration. This is architecture virtual mission, and these are different. Just go for this first one, Azure virtual mission. You can click on it. So if I ask you to create a server, what are the things you will concentrate? You will concentrate, for example, if I want to uh, create a or purchase a laptop, first you will think whether I want to take Windows or Linux, right? And you will think about the RAM, whether it is a 8 GB or 16 GB, right? So here server, right? Computer, right? Machine, right? And everything is same. As per Azure technology, they are calling it as virtual machine. Okay, as per AWS technology, they are calling it as instance. That is just these are no names. Okay, you can call it as a computer, machine, device, everything is same. So if you want to create a server, you will concentrate on uh, right? You will concentrate on OS, or you will concentrate on the RAM, right? You will concentrate on the username and password, right? For connecting to the server, right? So here also you have to provide all this, right? So coming to the first option, basics, we have different sections here: basics, disks, networking, management, advanced, tags, review, and create, right? So coming to the subscription, right, pay as you go pricing, right? So actually I created this account 2 months back. Okay, you're not able to see the free trial, so only pay as you. That is this one, I this subscription I created after 30 days. Okay, so you can see different subscriptions, right? You click on add, there are two types of subscription. One is free trial, we already use, I
Okay.
already used. This is pay as you go price. Okay, this is already used, and pay as you go price. Now I'm using this one, that's why you can see subscription. So you have to select the subscription first, and for you can see free trial, you can select that free trial. And coming to this uh, resource group, okay, he in Azure, resource group is nothing but one folder. Simple terms, we can call it as resource group is one folder. It is useful, it is useful for you to keep all the project items in this folder. Okay, it is very useful. So for example, if you create a server, for that server there are different components will get created: IP address, RAM, and hard disk, right? The different items are create, right? Load balancer. So you can group all one project items in one resource group. So it will be easy for you to identify, right? It is very easy for you to identify. At that time you can easily identify, for example, all the uh, in one project you created 10 servers, in another project you created another 10 servers. So it is easy to differentiate which project servers these are, right? So you can create a resource group, or you can use existing resource group. Okay, how to create? You can click on create new. You can provide, for example, batch 32. You can click on OK, right? This is batch 32. If you see, these are resource group I have currently. I don't want all these. I want to delete. So I just want to go to inside. So in Azure, every item will have a ID. Okay. And I create under the subscription. That's why you can see subscription ID. Okay. So I don't want this resource group. Okay. You can delete. You see, this is one resource. This is another resource. You can see different items here. Okay, so these are all resources under this K8 Kubernetes, right? So resource group. Okay, these are all resources. Fine, that's fine. Let's go back. So I'm creating the server under this dash 32 resource group, and I want to provide the name for this. And this is my first Azure server. As I told you, Azure is having data centers in different regions. We have Asia Pacific, Central India, East Asia, Japan East, right? Canada Central, France Central, North, West, and East, right? UAE North, different regions. So you can select anything. I would like to go with US East. We'll see tomorrow, right? What are the different regions? Okay, of Azure, and what is availability zone. So here you have to understand region and availability options. Okay, so region is nothing but one place, the complete place. You can consider region. For example, I would like to say this is India. Okay. So in India, this India we can call it as one region. Okay, and India may have different data centers in different places. For example, this is Mumbai. For example, this is Hyderabad. For example, this is Chennai. Okay, so okay, this so we can call these are availability zones. So the availability zones are isolated data centers. Isolated data center. This is another availability zone. This is another availability zone. So for example, in Mumbai also there it can be two availability zones, but the distance between two availability zones should be minimum 100 kilometers. Why? For example, you created one application server in this availability zone Mumbai, and you created another server in Hyderabad. Okay, what happened? Suddenly, the power is gone. Suddenly, power is gone in Mumbai. Still, you have the access. The client can able to access the server in Hyderabad because the distance is more than 100 kilometers. Right? And and the thing is, the application is always accessible to the client. Still, we have the server until this Mumbai issue is fixed. For example, some disaster is happened in Mumbai. A disaster is nothing but some fire alarm, fire accidents or anything, right? So, so for making highly available application for the client, high availability. we have this availability zones concept. Availability zone is isolated data center. Region is group of availability zones. Okay. So let's go back. So you can select any availability zone. Okay, you can select availability zones. We have 3 availability zones in US East. That means 3 data centers. I want to create one. Security type, I want to use default, standard. What is security? You can see in networking classes. Simple, security is nothing but, so if you want to connect to this server, okay, you need to provide some way, right, to connect. Otherwise, everyone can connect to this server. So you have to write some rules, inbound rules or outbound rules in coming to the servers, from server to outgoing to another server. For example, from in this server, I'm running one e-commerce application. Okay, I'm trying to purchase one product. At the time, I'm providing some credit card or debit card information. So what this server will do? The server need to connect to the SBA server, right, in outside of the company network. For example, this is SBA server for confirming the credit card or debit card information. You need to provide some way. You need to open some port numbers, okay, for security. So you will understand what is security. And this is image, okay, nothing but your OS selection done be will done here. If you want to create a Windows server, you can select Windows server. If you want to create a Linux server, you can select Ubuntu. If you want to create a Red Hat, you can select Red Hat. So what I will do, I will select Windows server. Fine. So this is RAM selection. It is 8 GB. It's selected. If you want 16, you can select 16. Some more options also there. We'll see tomorrow. And username, yes, for connecting to the server, you need to provide username. Raju is the username. Password also you need to set. For example, some Raju at the rate. Okay, you can provide the password. Okay, and that's it. Just don't need to edit anything. We'll see remaining options tomorrow. Just click on review and create. You can review and create it. So yes, they are charging some money hourly basis, but 13 rupees, right? So I will, yeah, I will stop it. Okay, once our work is done. Okay, I will show you how to stop it also. Okay, just click on create. If you see some transactions are going on, right? Somehow, so Visual Script Dash 32 is creating and deployment is in progress, right? Deployment is nothing but one installation. You can say installation. Deployment is nothing but the installation. Right? In progress, just go back to home and virtual machines. So as I told you, please download these softwares, Git Bash.
Okay.
So yeah, still it is creating our server, first Azure server. Let's wait. And under this resource group, right? Let's wait. So Git Bash. You can go to the Chrome and you can open Git Bash download. Okay, and you can go to Git for Windows, this URL. You can click on download. Okay, I will share the URL. And you can click on download. Just get downloaded. And you can go to putty download as well. Putty download. Click on putty.org. You can click on download putty. Okay, and you can click on this 0.77 MSA installer. This is the URL for putty. Okay, and you can download WinSCP as well for Windows. Go to the official website. Here you can see the option download WinSCP. Okay, WinSCP as well downloading. Coming to Notepad++. You can click on download. You can find out the latest version. Download v8.4.5. Just click on down. Okay, so all four are downloaded. How we can install it, right? So the installation is not, it is very simple. The collection of regions. Right, the availability zones, agent, right? Nothing but it's a isolated data center. Right? So I will share this over chart. Just keep it in a notepad. All you, or you can collect it from the management as well. So desktop. Right? So how we can download? It's pretty straightforward. So you can open that particular file, for example, the different files, right? So desktop. So for example, Git, you can open with as a administrator, run as administrator. And simple, no need to edit anything. Just click on next commands, for example. This. Okay, you can click on install. Okay, so just click on install, next, like that. Right, you can finish it. So similarly, for example, in SCP, you can open that file and you can accept the license. You can click on next, install. So no need to change anything. Okay, just finish it. You will install it. So how to use, we'll see, okay, in tomorrow class. Coming to our server creation, right? The server is created, now it is done. So we'll see how to connect to the server, Windows server. We have the username and password. So until that, I will stop this one. How to stop? You can select the server. You can click on this stop button. Just click on stop. You can say yes. You can see different names: virtual mission, subscription, batch, resource group, US East region we created, running, right? So once you click on stop, there is a transaction is going on, right? Some action. So you can see it is going to run stop out state after 2-3 minutes. Let's wait. And this is size, this is public IP, right? So just do these things: account creation and the software installation and the server creation, and please keep it in the stopped state. And we will meet tomorrow. Okay, we'll understand deeper in this. And if you have any queries, just feel free to ask me. Okay. And yes, and take it as assignment, just do these things, and we'll
Okay.
meet tomorrow. Okay, the sharp 8 o'clock. Okay, don't miss it. Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, few more guys also joining, don't miss it, guys. Thank you.